Hey guys, welcome back to my series on how to run Facebook ads in 2024. Today we are talking about how to do e-commerce ads. We're going to be talking about two different ways that you can do so, and I'm going to give you the pros and cons of each. The first one is going to be something that you've seen before. I'm just going to show you what it really takes to win with doing this type of ad model. And then the second one is more of my original ad strategy that you've seen different renditions of, but exactly how to do it, you have not seen it this way before. And at the end, I'm going to give you a free course from me that will show you how to set it up. So I'm not going to go into a bunch of different visuals and showing you successful ad campaigns and things like that. This is more just going to be the types of ads that you would like to run, and then the pros and cons and really what it takes to win so you can know which one to choose. But all of you have seen so many ads at this point and so many websites and landing pages that I'm not going to just detail like exactly what it looks like. Also it's just kind of unnecessary for me to do that level of editing. So let's get right into it here. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, all that stuff, would really appreciate it. The first one we're going to be talking about is just an ad to an offer. This is where you just come out and you're just going to show people the discount right off the bat, and you're just going to show them your product and not have the discount be involved yet, right? So either way, it's just an ad to an offer. That offer could just be you saying, here are the problems that it solves. Here is a quick video explanation. You're just going to try to sell the product right from the ad. Now, having an offer makes it a lot better, right? So if you're trying to sell polo shirts and you say, hey, we are doing 3 for $75 polo shirts, ends this week. That is so much better than you just saying, hey, we have polo shirts, check them out. Now, ultimately, this only works if people want your product bad enough that some of them make a decision the same day they hear about you, and some of them make their decision within just a few times of seeing your ad. If you need to show your ad over and over and over before you get sales, though, is when this becomes unprofitable, especially for e-commerce, because your margins are likely very low. There's very few e-commerce companies that sell a product that's over $100, and even when you do, it probably costs you at least $20 to make that product, and then you got shipping and you got returns and you got all these other things, and then you got to pay for the ads. So it's very difficult to do this model unless you then have upsells. Now, these upsells could be you doing a funnel, and after someone buys, they have all of these one-click upsells that they can do. The main upsell that you should do is going to be a quantity upsell, all right? So this is why if you have any type of product, like if you're clothing, right, the quantity of just like selling them more clothes. If you're selling protein powder, you can just sell them more protein powder. There's some products, though, that aren't able to do so. Like they only need one of them. You can't upsell them a second one of it because it's not really something that someone would typically buy. But that is going to be your first question. If I can just upsell a higher quantity, you already know that this person wants this product, so upselling quantity is the next best move. Otherwise, it's going to be complementary products, and you're going to go from there, right? So this is nothing crazy, but you do need to know that unless you have the opportunity to have a high average cart value, doing this kind of ad campaign will not work. Now, part of the reason why is because the average amount of times it takes for someone to buy something from an ad is they would have to see it 7 times. That's why I'm saying you are trying to design an ad campaign with proper copywriting and a good enough offer that there's a lot of people that hear about you, watch your ad, and everything like happens on that same day. They say, like, I've never heard of this company before. I've never heard of this product before. I love it so much. I will buy it immediately. And if you don't have those sales coming in, this whole thing will likely not be profitable, because you should assume that it will take between $30 to $60 to get a sale. This is how much ad spend it will take to get a sale on average if you do a good job even. Okay? I shouldn't even write this out. That doesn't look good. Let me just get rid of that. So 30 to 60 bucks worth of ad spend is what it you should assume will likely take to sell your product. And if you're just getting a bunch of orders that are $40, $50, $60, which is the revenue from them, like this will not happen, right? So unless you are getting consistent orders over $100, this is very difficult. So to do this, you're going to need to have a product that you can easily upsell quantity, a product that already can cover this kind of ad spend in general, or having complementary products. Like if you're a clothing store, you're going to want to have quite a bit of clothing. You can't just launch this where you have like one type of t-shirt with one color. It would be very difficult to do so because they're going to need to see it quite a few times. And like this number can obviously change a bunch, but this is what you should at least go into it assuming that it's going to be at least this. And if it's at least this, then what can I do, right? And now the other part of this is that a lot of times in e-commerce, the only way that it's really profitable is that you have a high lifetime value. So for instance, I own a soap company and I have a very high reorder rate on those soaps. And if I didn't, it would make it so I could probably never run ads. But because I know there's a good percentage of them that will buy that soap over and over and over again, a lot of times the lifetime value of the customer is what eventually pays for this. Now, this can be annoying because you need a lot of money in order to spend money on ads unprofitably for months before those reorders start coming back, and then you finally pay for the ads in the long run, right? Otherwise, like it's so much better if your ads are just consistently paying for themselves. So what do you need to make this work? You need a genuinely great product that people can either see and know that they want it right away. So if you sell clothing or if you sell art or you sell any kind of simple product that someone can just look at and say, oh yeah, I know what that does. I know I would need it. I like it. Then it has to be really, really good, right? Like people got to love your t-shirts. And let me just stick on that clothing example for a little bit because very few clothing companies can run ads profitably. And the reason why is because you can't get your targeting super dialed in, because if you have some crazy shirt with just like a bunch of designs on it, but those designs, it's not like a basketball team, so you can't target people that like a certain basketball team. It's just crazy designs. You can't target that in Facebook and Instagram ads. You can just run ads and hope that your ads eventually find the right people. But it will go through a lot of other people who want nothing to do with your product before it finds them. And then even when it finds the people who like your stuff, they're probably going to see it multiple times. So anytime I've worked with like a streetwear brand, they have not been able to run this model because they're not selling something that a high enough percentage of people want. If you know the company's Built Basics, BYLT, or Cuts, or True Classic Tees, you can look all three of those companies up. Those are t-shirts for guys. And how are they able to make this happen? Because they don't even have designs on their shirts. They just sell basic clothes that are really good fitting. So it's just, hey guys, this will emphasize your muscles. This will emphasize your physique. They're extremely comfortable. They're not too horrible on cost. They're going to make you look good. And we have black, white, blue, red, and gray. And they just have all of the main colors that most guys wears, because I think like 80% of online sales or something like that happen between like black, gray, white, navy, and red, something crazy like that. Like basically all guys like wear the same colors. And unless you have a product that is desirable by a large percentage of your market, at least a market that you can target, then this model is very, very difficult to make profitable. You can get sales, but I mean, if you're spending $60 to sell something that makes you $20, you're just paying people to buy your product. So unless you have the LTV component, this does not work. So what can you do? This model can be done for in any company, all right? And you've likely seen this strategy done before, but the way I'm about to show it to you is on a whole other level. And what you're gonna do is a giveaway for the exact product you want to sell. Sorry, I can't type right now. And this works because the only people who will give you their contact info and take the time of day to enter are people who at least want your product to some degree. All right. Now, there are plenty of people that will enter your giveaway and they'll say like, look, if I want it for free, cool. Otherwise, I wouldn't buy it. But that's fine, because what we're going to do is the way that this is a elaborate system I'm about to show you. So really pay attention here, because if you're someone who's really been stuck at a certain follower number, maybe you're at 7,000, you just can't get past 10,000. I've had companies get 5, 10,000, even more followers that are real engaged, targeted customers from doing this model. So this model not only gets you sales, it will also grow your organic audiences everywhere. And even if you have a niche product like a random streetwear company or very unique art and some kind of product that you can't target your exact customers, then this is going to be one of the few things that you can do. Now, you do an email opt-in, and then on the next page, you're going to do additional entries. And I have a course that will show you guys how to do that. That's for free, so don't worry about like how to set up the technicals. I'll show you where that course is in a second. On this additional entries page, this is where they can follow you on Instagram for an extra entry. They can like your Facebook page for an extra entry. They can subscribe to your YouTube. They can share it with a friend for 5 extra entries. You can really just put a ton of different additional entries so that not only do you get their email and or phone number, but you can also have all of these additional entries. Sometimes I do the phone number at this step. You can have all these additional entries so that you can really expand your audience everywhere. Then what you do is between the time that they enter the contest, but before we've announced the winner, you're going to email them just some information about your company, about your product, so they are completely aware of all the problems that it solves and why they'd want to go with your company versus someone else. And then we're going to announce the winner plus consolation prize. So they're going to get an email on the day that announces who won the giveaway. And as you can imagine, pretty much everyone opens this because it says, and the winner is, or something to that degree in the subject. And they've all been waiting. And we say, hey, here's the person who won the $300 shopping spree to our website, or the MacBook Pro. Like only Apple would do that. You don't want to give away a tablet or like a MacBook or Amazon gift card. Nothing that like everyone would want. You only want to give away something that only your ideal customer would want, which is the exact product you are trying to sell. All right. But we're going to announce the winner and then say, hey, for everyone else, for the 5,000 of you who lost, thank you for playing. Your consolation prize is a discount on what you tried to win. Offer on giveaway prize. Because this is one of the only ways on the internet that we can collect leads who aren't just people who are interested in your market, but are interested in the exact thing you are trying to sell. So even if you are a fitness coach, you can do a giveaway for fitness coaching, right? If you're a fitness coach trying to sell a course, you can give away your course. If you are a candle company, you give away candles. If you are a local butcher shop, I just had a local butcher shop do this model, you are going to give away meat. If you are this works for anything B2C, okay? I will say it doesn't work for B2B. You can't give away business coaching because that has way too much trust factor. They would need to know who you are and what you teach before they could want it. Fitness coaching, it works because they're like, get it, I get what fitness coaching is, cool, sounds great. But any kind of B2C offer, I had someone who is a duck hunting company do this and he gave away a duck hunting trip. I had someone who does guided backpacking trips, so he gave away 1 ticket to a guided backpacking trip in Yosemite, and then you go through this whole system and you leave with thousands of emails, thousands of followers everywhere, and then you're going to, what did I do the email there for? Okay, so you're gonna announce the winner and the consolation prize. Oh yeah, you're gonna email them about your offer. That's what that is. And then at the very end, you're going to run a sale. So best case scenario, you get a ton of followers and you get a ton of sales. Worst case scenario, you get a ton of sales and you realize that you need to change your offer. So that's why this model also works really great for businesses that are still testing to see if people want what you're selling at all. Because in this kind of ad campaign, you probably need to spend $2K to $5K before you figure it out. And figuring it out might mean that, hey, this works, or it doesn't, right? So if you spend 2K to 5K on this business model or on this ad model and it doesn't work, what do you have to show for it? You have maybe some sales, like to the tune of less than that. And then you have those customers, but you don't have emails, you don't have followers, you don't have anything besides data on what didn't work. In this case, no company has ever not been able to get a ton of people to enter for free. So the beauty of this one is you can spend $500 to figure out if your product works or not. So if you are testing an offer, this is the way that you're going to want to go with ad strategy 2 here. If you are a company who just wants a lot more followers and you just want to do some kind of different marketing campaign, maybe you do this year round, right? But you're like, we want more followers, we just want more exposure, then you can still do this. There's no company that can't do this one, but there's a lot of companies that I would say don't do this one because you're going to burn a lot of money where you could have got that data for a lot less. The reason why is because these people take an average of 7 times to see your product, but these people take an average of 1 to 2 times of seeing your ad before they give you their email, because since it's just entering for free, they don't need to see it over and over. And as soon as they have entered, the ads cut off to them, right? So now the ads are off. We have their email, we have their Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, subscribe, TikTok, wherever you're at. We have their phone number. They've shared it with their friends, and then the ads turn off. So you can usually get at least 1,000 entries for every $500 that you spend. So if you spend, like, there's people who get better results than that and worse results, but this is about an average. $500 in ad spend will get you about 1,000 entries. So if you want to get 5,000 more Instagram followers, then spend $2,500 to do this thing. But the great thing about this, these are not random followers that you're just buying from the internet. These are real people because they would have gone through the steps in your advertising campaign to do this. So this is that model. And I think that's all I've got to say on it. But I've seen people do as much as an 11x ROI with this. Obviously, that's possible here. With this model, you're going to, potentially lose a lot of money, or you could potentially gain a lot of money. But you're going to need to have your upsells. You're either going to lose a ton or make a ton is usually what it is. Like, either you have the type of product to make just telling people it's on sale and that's enough. Because really a lot of times you need, retargeting ads. That's absolutely necessary. You need multiple retargeting ads going on. Okay. You're going to have to say, oh, this person clicked on the website, they almost bought. Let's send them some testimonial videos. Let's send them an extra discount. Let's send them free shipping. You're going to need to really hammer these people to get the 7 times, and it can't just be the same ad over and over, right? So this also is a little bit more complex in that you're going to need warm and hot ad retargeting. This is still kind of complex to set up, and that's why I'm giving you guys my social launch formula course for free that will take you until this step right here. All right, the rest of it is $99 if you want, but you'll be able to at least set this up with my 2.5-hour course. All right, it's going to show you how to build a very trustworthy looking giveaway with all of the additional entry steps. With all of this, like, you don't have to be a technical whiz to be able to do it if you just follow my click-by-click instructions. So for those of you that still want nothing to do with any of this, then book a free call with me, because I have done with you programs. I also have done for you ad services if you don't want to learn any of this. Be sure to check out whatever video is linked next after I go away here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.